What's poppin', peeps? It's your boy for CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with a weekend reading. The first time I see is the first time I read. Let's get it poppin', baby, and see what's going on for all 12 of my motherfucking zodiac signs in love. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Links in the description box down below for my Instagram, my Twitter, and my TikTok. If you guys want to drop a follow, I would greatly appreciate that. Shout out to the notification gang. I would love to see my notification gang pull on through. As always, the first time I see is the first time I read, and the first time I saw was Scorpio, so we're gonna go ahead and get it poppin'. But hello everybody, happy Friday. How are you? Hope you had yourselves a fantastic week, and I hope you're even looking towards a much better weekend ahead. Okay, do want to mention, guys, as always, before we start, if you're interested in personal services, products, and so much more, feel free to check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. It's going to be the first link in the description below. But let's go ahead and get started, y'all. We're going to start out here with a Scorpio, and we'll see what we got going on here for your next 72 hours. So what do we got going on here for Scorpio, baby? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hey, everybody. In the next 72 hours, what do we got going on here for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. In the next 72 hours, what do we got going on? Hello, hello. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great day here so far. All right, Team Scorpio, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's going on. Hopefully all is well. Starting out here with the overall energy for you, we do have a Hermit in reverse. So, Hermit showing up here. You could be connecting with a Virgo here for some of you, having a look at your current energy. We do have here the High Priestess, having a look at what you're dealing with. We have here the Fool, and taking a look here at the outcome for you is going to go ahead and be the Five of Wands in the reverse position. So let's go ahead and take a look here at it. What's going on here for the Scorpio for your next 72, jumping into your weekend? Hermit in reverse here, followed up here with the High Priestess. Definitely feels to me like you're jumping back into a more spiritual kind of energy is what I'm seeing here for some of you. I do see that you could be feeling more spiritual, or you could be connecting more to your highest good or connecting to your intuition. I think more in a general sense, what's happening here is many of you are kind of connecting more to your higher self, like having a higher plan for yourself, having a better perspective of who you are, and having a better perception of who you are is what seems to be showing up here at this time. Because looking at what you're dealing with, the Fool card is a massive card about letting go. It's a massive card about release and taking new steps. And I feel like for Scorpios here, I'm hearing like you want to reinvent yourself, or you want to start to look at yourself in your higher good or in your highest good, because maybe you've been in a kind of like a position of where you haven't for a little bit, right? And that happens with people, right? I think that at the end of the day, no matter where we're at on our journey, we all kind of come into moments where maybe we're not feeling the best about ourselves, or we're not really feeling like we're living our lives for a higher purpose. So I do feel like this weekend you're kind of contemplating, what is it can I do? Or what is it that I can do to really start living out my higher good, to really start living out my best life? What can I do to be happier with my perception of self? What can I do in my life right now to connect to my highest good? Looking at the outcome here, Five of Wands reversed, I really feel like a lot of you are experiencing a stress relieving energy and a stress drop showing up here moving into your weekend, because you're starting to take a look at what it is you want to detox in your life and what it is you want to start putting tons and tons of good energy into. So Scorpios, I like that for you. Really, really positive message. You know, I think that sometimes we all can get to a point in our lives where we're like, not feeling like I'm on my higher purpose, or I'm living my highest purpose, or I'm on my most positive path. Sometimes we can feel like we fell off from that. And the fact that you can regroup and recalibrate and come up with a plan here that's going to work for you shows a really strong and good mindset. And I love it for you. I hope you guys do reach that higher purpose and that really good path that you're aiming for here at this time. Listen, guys, we can all fall off track, but it doesn't mean we can't get back on it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's something that's so important to talk about, you know? I think that sometimes people may feel like they fall off the track and, oh, there's no way back up there. No, there is. You can always get back on track to where you feel good, and you feel good about what you're doing, and most importantly, you feel good about yourself. So Scorpios, loving it for you, reconnecting with your high vibe self, looking pretty darn good. Of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but thank you for coming out here, guys, nonetheless, okay? All right, beautiful Scorp. So we finished up our Scorpios. Scorpios are our water signs, so water signs went first here today. We're going to go ahead and do water, fire, earth, and airs. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on into our fire, and we're gonna have a look here at the lovely and amazing Leo gang. What do we got going on here for the Lions, baby? Messages here for Team Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What do we got showing up here, guys, for Leo this weekend? Messages here for Team Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What do we got going on here for you? Team Leo. We're going to get one more shuffle and we'll see what is up. Hopefully all is well for your weekend, baby. Leo, overall energy here is going to be the King of Swords. You could be connecting here with an air sign like a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Now, coming into your current energy, we got the Knight of Cups, what it is you're dealing with. We have here the Emperor in reverse, and then looking at the outcome here for you, it's going to go ahead and be the King of Wands in the upright position. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Leo, starting out with the overall energy, King of Swords here all the way to the Knight of Cups in the upright position. King of Swords can be disciplined, but it's also about like staying on your path, not having any distractions, you're eliminating distractions, and you're staying pretty darn focused. So I feel like Leos are super focused on something. Whatever it is you're focused on, I do see you wanting to put your energy into it. So you want to make some sort of energetic investment this weekend. For some of you, it could be love. You might be really focused on a specific person in love right now, and you're like, you know what? I want to devote a lot of time to this person. I want to invest a lot of my energy into this person, and at the end of the day, that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So for some of you Leos, you have your eye on somebody and you're going for it this weekend. If so, I love that for you. But if it's not about love, it just seems to me like you're really zeroed in on something in your life and you want to make sure that you're putting energy into it. I mean, looking at what you're dealing with, the Emperor in reverse, I think you're recognizing you may not be in control of all aspects of how something's going to go. You may not be in control of all outcomes at the end of the day, but what you are in control of is what it is you bring to the table. And that's the recognition that's coming up here this weekend. I'm in control of what it is I bring to the table, and I can only do what I can do. So with that being said, why don't I do the most? You know, looking at the outcome here, King of Wands here is a person who sees a vision. They have a vision that they're looking at on their journey, and they have energy that they want to invest into this vision in order to bring it into fruition. So I feel like, let's say, for example, you have an idea about a job. You're like, hey, I can't necessarily always control how people are going to respond to this job, right? Maybe I start a business, maybe the people love it, maybe they hate it, but I can control the energy I put into it. And if I'm going to give it my all, I might as well go for it. So this could be about starting a business. It could be about potentially investing in somebody romantically. It could be about starting a plan for your own personal future. You know, I may not know what the future brings me, but I can give it my all and try and see what happens. So there seems to be something in mind that you're very focused on. You look to me like you're zeroing in on it. You're doing what you can. You're giving it your all. And that's all you can give at the end of the day. You cannot control every single external factor, but you know what you can do? You can control, once again, what it is you bring to the table. And that's such an important mentality to have. There are so many factors in life that we wish we can be in control of that we just simply cannot be. But what we can be in control of, once again, as repetitive as this may be, is what it is we're bringing to the table. And as long as we're bringing what we need to, we're going to eat. Period. Okay, so I love that for you, Leo. Really, really nice message. Leos are essentially keeping it popping, pushing, moving forward. Literally just like how George said over here. George says, I'm focusing on keeping it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Fuck yeah. Love that for you, Leo. Really, really cool message. Like this a lot for you guys. You know, you can only do so much, so do what you can. All right, my beautiful Leo peeps, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did our lovely and amazing fire. So we did our water and our fire. We're now going to go ahead and hop on into our earth sign, rolling into the earth signs. Let's have a look here at the Capricorn and see what's popping. Messages here for Team Capricorn, baby. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What do we got going on here for Capricorn? Hey, Pisces love, how's it going? I hope you're well. What's going on, Super Protagonist? How's everything going? I hope you guys are doing good too. What do we got showing up here for Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. Team Capricorn, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's going on with you, baby. Hopefully, we're looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Capricorn, overall energy is going to be the Six of Swords. All right, you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Looking at your current energy, Ten of Pentacles. Hello. What it is you're dealing with, Tower reversed. And looking at the outcome, Two of Cups in the reverse position as well. I feel like you were preparing yourself for the worst, but you're going to be surprised when the worst is not what it is you get. That is a very specific message. Take it if it resonates, Capricorn. But that's what I'm feeling here for you on a personal level. It was like preparation for the worst, but the worst is not what you get. You actually get a much different outcome, and it feels pretty darn good. Let's have a look at it, okay? Taking a look here into your situation. Six of Swords here to the Ten of Pentacles. Your overall energy to your current. Overall energy is Six of Swords. You've really been thinking about your future lately, whether this is the future of your family, Ten of Pentacles, the future of yourself, the future of your relationship, your business. I think that you've been pretty much having the future kind of on your mind pretty frequently. And I think that once again, you've been preparing for the worst because maybe you've been worried that the future isn't going to be so bright. But looking at what you're dealing with this weekend, the Tower reversed, your future isn't heading towards a Tower moment, but instead it seems to me like you were kind of caught in your head thinking that that was the case, but it comes to the realization that there is no Tower moment here. So yeah, Two of Cups reversed, you've kind of lost what was actually going on in the moment for a second. Maybe you kind of trickled down into fear, but you're going to kind of come to the realization that I've been stuck in a fear-based mentality, and actually what my future is going to be is not necessarily anything negative at all. I have abundance that's lined up here for me, Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like as you've been preparing for the worst, you're kind of recognizing that's not what's happening here at all. And it's going to be a very clear indicator that you're not going down a negative path or negative route. Things are actually looking up for you. So it's a very clear indication that things are looking up, and it kind of pushes you out of that fear-based mentality and really realigns you into being in a very grounded type of energy. I love that for you. I really do. Moments like that are the best. And they're a big relief too, because I know when I get in a fear-based mentality and I'm like, oh my God, the future looks super scary and super intense. And then it turns out being really good. I'm like, whew, thank God. You know, what was I worried about? What was I freaking out about? Like, thank God everything is cool, calm, and collected. So I like to convey that message to you guys. It brings me relief and it makes me happy for you as well. So Capricorns, looking at a pretty damn good weekend, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but don't worry, guys, even if you thought the future wasn't so bright, I think it's still shining, okay? All right, Cappies, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did our earth, we did our fire, and our water. We're going to hop on into the air sign in just a sec, so do bear with me. Carol said, the future's so bright, you got to wear your shades. Exactly. And man, has the sun been kicking lately. I've been having to wear my sunglasses a lot more frequently. I also, though, miss having tints. I used to have tints on like all my cars, but it was such a hassle when it came towards the time of getting an inspection. So now I'm, you know, kind of living a tint-free lifestyle. Let me tell you, I miss it. I miss it a lot. Random fact of the day from me, you know? Protagonist said, everything's popping, Aunt. Thank you. Hope you're doing great. I am. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Glad to hear everything is popping with you. Very, very cool. Bump, bump, bam. You want to be a Capricorn this weekend? Well, you know what? Tap into your inner Capricorn. You never know. It may be in your chart, right? A lot of people who haven't like discovered their chart might be really shocked and surprised to see their placements in different areas because, for example, I never thought that I had like a lick of Aquarius in me, and then, oh, there it is. I got Aquarian energy in me, you know? So like there's certain things I never thought, or certain traits of zodiacs I never thought that I would pertain to me or that I'd have. And then I look at my chart and I'm like, wait, that makes sense. And I didn't expect that. So you never know. You might have Capricorn somewhere in your chart, right? Got to keep that in mind. You're doing good, Pisces level. I'm happy to hear that. Very happy to hear that. Thank you for coming out. Really appreciate it, okay? All right, guys, we're going to hop into the air. Going into air signs, let's have a look here at Aquarius. I want to see what's going on here for Team Aqua, baby. Messages here for Aquarian. Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Aquarius? Messages here for Team Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. No protagonist, not today. In the next 72 hours. All right, Aquarius, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves this last and final shuffle. And we'll see what's going on with you, baby. Hopefully all is well. Aquarian, overall energy for you is going to be the Seven of Swords. What is going on? Now, this can be the lying, cheating, stealing card. It can be the deceptive card that comes out in the tarot, but it also can be self-deception. It also could be a card of not wanting to see the red flags, even if the red flags are kind of right in front of you. Could be that too. Let's have a look. Current energy, Ace of Cups in reverse, what it is you're dealing with. Hermit reversed, looking at the outcome for you. Knight of Wands. Yeah, Aquarius, I kind of feel like a situation's popping up again, and it's like your intuitive energy, your higher self, really sees the deception at bay and the deception at play, but there's this part of you that wants to tune it out and not really see something for what it is. Like, I feel like you know that a red flag is showing up, but it's like I don't want to look at it. I kind of want to avoid this red flag, carry on with my day, do my thing this weekend, and not pay too much attention to it. But we got to remember that the more red flags we avoid, inevitably, the more they stack up to the point where it's just like a fucking scarf of red flags, you know? So many red flags, you can knit yourself a scarf, you know what I mean? So you want to be mindful of that. I think that the more that you kind of avoid it, because I feel like this weekend you might be in a bit of an avoidant style, like detachment avoidant type of energy. If you keep on avoiding something that is a red flag, there's going to be other red flags that are going to pass you by that you're not necessarily going to see. And then when you do end up seeing them, a lot of time might have passed by. So Aquarius, what I would urge you guys to do this weekend is don't let the red flags pass you on by, or don't kind of walk away from them or detach from them. I feel like this is the weekend to take action, because I see something showing up again. We got a Hermit reversed, meaning some sort of similar energy is returning to you, and it's energy that doesn't fulfill you nor make you happy with the Ace of Cups reversed. Maybe somebody's going to be exhibiting a similar behavior that they've done to you before, and you don't like this behavior whatsoever, and it's a red flag with their behavior nonetheless. And it's like the more you keep letting them know, because by avoiding the red flags they're doing, by you just avoiding it, they think in their mind that it's okay to do what they're doing. And it's like the more that happens, the more they're going to keep exhibiting this negative behavior. So you might want to be on top of it, guys. Be on top this weekend of any red flags you see. Don't be afraid to call people out, and don't be afraid to let somebody know that you don't like something, whether it's based upon their behavior, their actions, whatever's going on. If there's something you don't like, don't be afraid to be vocal about it. Is something I want to say for you guys moving along here into your weekend. So Knight of Wands for the outcome. Yep, I feel like once again, you're just kind of in that avoidant and detached kind of energy this weekend where it's like, I don't want to deal with this. But I think that the sooner you deal with it now and the sooner you address some of the red flags you're seeing, the better it's going to be for you. Because the more that it's ignored, the more people can get away with things that may not be serving you in your highest good. So don't be afraid to speak up, guys. Don't be afraid to share your truth, and don't be afraid, most importantly, to point out a red flag if there's something you're seeing that you don't particularly like. And at the end of the day, if there's so many red flags to the point where something just definitely doesn't seem to be benefiting you, don't be afraid to walk away from that situation entirely, because know that you deserve the best, okay? All right, Aquarius, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for coming out here, though, guys. Really, really appreciate you, okay? All right, everybody. So our first batch of Zodiac is done for the weekend read. We're going to hop on into our second batch in a second. Just give me 2 seconds, y'all, and then we'll go ahead and get it started. All right. By the way, for the 130 viewers in the chat, if you guys could drop a like, I'd appreciate it. Thank you all so much for coming out. Really, really means a lot to me, man. So we're going to move back into our water, going back into the water signs. I want to have a look here at the Cancer, and we'll see what's going on, baby. Messages here for Team Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What is going on here for you? Cancer, I feel like one more shuffle and we're good to go. So let's get one more here for you. And we'll see what's popping with you, baby. Cancer, overall energy this weekend is going to be the Magician. Hello. Could be manifesting things left and right. Might be a powerful time for manifestation, Cancer. I'm at a point in my manifestation journey where all I do is visualize things inside my head and I watch them unfold like that. So be mindful, guys. We're incredibly powerful. Everybody watching, not just Cancers, are incredibly powerful. But remember that visualization is very powerful too. I almost want to say, Cancer, if you want to see things unfold this weekend, practice your visualization techniques this weekend. Think about what it is you want to be doing and imagine yourself doing it. Literally visualize it as if you're already there. Feel all of your senses, right? Be there. Feel what it's like. What does it smell like? What does it look like? What do you see? Keep visualizing and you'll be surprised at what it is you manifest, you know? You'll be surprised at watching what you're thinking about playing out. Looking at your current energy, Knight of Cups, looking at what you're dealing with, Six of Pentacles, looking at the outcome, Cancer. Star in reverse. Cool. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Moving on into your weekend, Cancer. Magician in the upright to the Knight of Cups. It does seem to me like you're showing up at this time. For some Cancers, I'm getting the feeling here that this could be the energy of you being apologetic. So if you've needed to kind of apologize to somebody about something this weekend, you are showing up here being apologetic so you can get on the same page with someone. Vice versa, somebody could be apologizing to you so that the two of you can get on the same page. So that might be showing up for a few of you. Now, if it's not about energies of apologizing, it very well likely could be the energy here, Cancer, of just wanting to understand somebody a lot more on where the two of you are at in your journey. Maybe you want to know where a friendship is going. Maybe you want to know where a romantic relationship is going, where a job is going. You're looking to get on the same page with somebody so you understand where you're at and where things are moving. I see that for some Cancers, you could have been feeling like things were up in the air. Maybe you felt like things were up in the air in terms of your job, in terms of your relationship. So you're looking for clarity this weekend, and clarity is what I think you're going to find. I mean, looking at the outcome here, star reversed, you know, I definitely get the feeling here, Cancer, where, you know, what you felt and where you thought you were going is completely misaligned to where things are actually going. So that's why you needed clarification. Let's say right now you were interested in maybe getting married. Maybe you feel like you're ready to get married to your romantic partner, but you don't really necessarily know where your romantic partner's at. This weekend is going to be the weekend where it's like, hey, I want to know where we're at in our love life, where we're at on our journey, so that I make sure that you and I are on the same page. You know, maybe you're wanting to get promoted or you're wanting to move up in your job, but you're not sure if your boss kind of sees the type of potential for you to do that, and you're not sure if your boss is on the same page. It's like, you know what? Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's get on the same page together so that we can bring what we want together into alignment. Because of course, if you're not on the same page with somebody, what is that going to create? It's going to create misalignment, star reversed, instead of alignment, star in the upright. So you're looking to be aligned with somebody here, is what I'm seeing for you guys. Okay, so definitely doing what you can to get here on the same page, and I like that for you. You know, you're never going to also know where somebody else is at too unless you ask them. So I like that Cancers are being open and asking this weekend what's going on, and it looks like you're getting the answers you need. Cool, I like it. Pretty rock solid reading, guys. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did our water. We're going to hop on into our fire now. Moving into the fire signs, let's have a look here at the Sagittarius. We'll see what's going on here for the beautiful Saggies, baby. What do we got going on here for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What do we got going on? Messages here for Team Saggy. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What do we got going on here for you? We're going to get one more shuffle, and we shall see what's up. Hopefully all is well for the Sagittarius gang. Starting out here with the overall energy for you, we do have here the Lovers. You could be connecting here potentially with a Gemini for a few of you. Having a look at your current energy, Page of Wands in reverse, what it is you're dealing with. We have here the Hermit in reverse, and then the outcome for Sagittarius this weekend is going to go ahead and be the Tower in the reverse position. Okay, so Sagittarius, couple zodiacs you could be dealing with. You could be connecting here with a Gemini, possibly a Virgo, and even potentially a Scorpio here too. Okay, now Sagittarius, Lovers here, Page of Wands in reverse. I think right now you're very connected to something and you're not focusing on anything else. Something is clearly taking priority this weekend because that's where you feel the most connected. So if it's a romantic partner, it's kind of like, forget the world. I'm focused on my romantic partner, and it's going to be a nice time to escape from everybody so we can spend time together. So for some Sagittarius, I kind of see like a romantic retreat going on, like you and your partner. It's the two of you, forget the world. Our world is you and I together. We're going to spend all our time together and have a fantastic time and ignore the world. That's a fun time sometimes, especially when you're with somebody you really love and appreciate. It's nice to escape the world and just be in a world together with you too. Now, if that's not your case here this weekend, Sag, I just get the feeling here that you are really focused on something. You're really connected to something this weekend. So like everything else seems to not be of interest to you. You're really got your eyes on one thing specifically. Now, looking at what you're dealing with, Hermit reversed, I feel like something here for Sagittarius, it's like a feeling you can't shake. I think that in the past, something was, you were drawn to something, but maybe you didn't give it a chance. But like this weekend, for some reason, you no longer feel like you can escape. Like something is really drawing you in to the point where you need to go for it. But looking at the outcome though, which is interesting, Tower reversed, you're still avoiding something calling you in. So listen, I know that there's a couple different messages coming up, but let me clarify the last message I'm seeing for you. Sagittarius, it feels like if you've been drawn in by something before, you've avoided it in the past, and it feels like it's happening again. Something is calling you, something is drawing attention to you or drawing you in, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to avoid it or ignore it again. And it's like, WTF, because something here is trying to align with you. Let's say the Lovers is a person. Maybe someone very attractive wants to go out on a date with you and you shut it down the first time. Maybe they're trying again and there's attraction there, but for some reason you avoid that too. Maybe this is a kind of career that's calling to you and speaking to you, right? Maybe this is a kind of situation or path that's been calling and speaking to you, but you're still ignoring it. You know, this is a moment where the universe is flashing something at you saying, hey, Sag, if you invest, this is a new path, this is a new opportunity, but it feels like you're still avoiding it. So I would say to you guys, if the universe is calling, answer the phone. If something new here is kind of clearly trying to align with you, don't keep on avoiding it. Give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? The best thing we can do is see what happens, right? So at the end of the day, I say give it a shot. That's what I would say here for you, Sag. Take that if it resonates, though, of course, and leave it if it doesn't. But thank you guys for coming out here nonetheless, okay? All right, Team Saggy, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up our fire. We also did our water. We're going to move into the earth signs in a second. Jetta said, loving the long hair, Ant. Thank you. I appreciate that. Probably going to get it cut soon, though, with the summer coming around because it gets too freaking hot. So probably going to get that haircut soon. But thank you. I appreciate it. There's a part of me, though, that wishes I never cut it last year because it was so long. It was like down to my shoulders last year. If I never cut it, oh my God, I'd be looking like a freaking Viking, dude. I'd be looking gnarly, man. Oh, and speaking of Vikings, there's Zephyra, Viking with a ponytail, Ant. I thought about it. I had a ponytail last year. It was very tiny, but it would be cool, but I just feel like I don't have the hair for it. I just don't, you know? So that's just how I personally feel about it. But thank you. Appreciate that. Hello from New Zealand. Hi, how are you? Thank you for tuning on in. Thank you so much. This is your reading protagonist for sure. Yeah, it was an interesting one. Like the universe calls at you or calls things in or tries to attract you to things. You know, I noticed that like I'll ignore things sometimes and then the universe will keep giving me signs of like, hey, here's a path you should invest in. You know what I mean? And it's hard to kind of avoid it. Sometimes the universe is so blatant about pushing a path in your face to the point where it's like, listen, try avoiding this now when you're staring right at it. You know what I mean? So it happens sometimes. I've definitely been there. I think that was probably one of the biggest things with tarot for me because, you know, it kind of came so quick when I jumped into doing what I do here. And it was breakup, going through heartbreak, never saw a tarot video in my life, popped up in my feed out of nowhere, watched the video, resonated like crazy, figured I gotta try this, bought my cards, and then at the end of the day, ever since then, you know, it was just constantly like, this is the path, this is the way, let's do it, let's make it happen. I feel like everything just clicked, you know, the universe kind of throws it all at you, you know? But yeah, please do Virgo next. You know what? Sure, I'll do Virgo next. No worries. Just give me one sec, guys, before I do get on into it, okay? Zephyr said, holding my own today. Energy is shifting hard. Well, you got it. Keep both your feet planted. Best thing you can do, right? Keep both your feet planted. Let yourself get through the energies. It'll pass, you know? Universe is gonna have to FaceTime you, protagonist. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Healing Hearts. Hey Anthony, finally caught your live. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Well, thank you. I hope you have a fantastic weekend too. And thank you for coming in. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Speaking of which, can you change the intermission song to something more happy? Yeah, sure. I didn't think that it was necessarily a bit of a downer song, but for sure. I've been thinking about changing my music, guys. It's just really hard because copyright issues on YouTube. Like any of the music that I use is free to use without getting copyright striked. So it's very hard to find like songs that are good or like, you know, upbeat or just genuinely like good music because most of it's kind of just like, it's not my taste or my style. So I'll definitely, it might take some time to like find a better replacement song, but I'll keep it in mind for sure. Thank you, protagonist. I appreciate that. I really do. I think that sometimes it's hard to see in certain scenarios, and it's not that I don't see it because I do, but sometimes it's not so easy to see how much it can help and things of that nature. So it's nice to like have that reaffirming energy from you. So thank you, you know? But yeah, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and move on forward. We finished up the fire. We did the water. We're moving to the earth. Yes, we are. So hopping on into earth signs, let's have a look here at Virgo. Let's see what's popping, baby. Messages here for Team Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus. In the next 72 hours, what do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Team Virgo? Messages here for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What do we got going on? Team Virgo, we're going to get ourselves 2 more shuffles over here. and we'll see what's going on. Hopefully all is well for the Virgo gang. Virgo, overall energy here for you is going to go ahead and be the Two of Wands in reverse. So you could be connecting here potentially with a fire sign like an Aries, Sag, or Leo. Having a look at the current energy, we got the Queen of Swords in reverse, what it is you're dealing with. We have here the Lovers, and looking at the outcome here for you this weekend, guys, is going to be the Hierophant in the reverse position. So you could be connecting with a Taurus, possibly. You also could be connecting with a Gemini, so take that if that resonates here to you. But Two of Wands reversed, Queen of Swords reversed. I kind of get the feeling that you're at a point in time in your life where this is not about getting stuck between where to go, but becoming very direct on what you want in life and where you want to go. So I think you're tired of feeling indecisive, Virgo. That's just what's showing up here so far. I mean, looking at what you're dealing with, the Lovers, you're trying to figure out to yourself, what am I really connected with? What am I really passionate about in life? What am I looking for in love? What am I looking for in career? You're trying to get it figured out. And I think that with the Hierophant reversed showing up here for the outcome, it's like, even though I'm trying to get it figured out, it feels so damn hard to like tie down or commit to something at this time in my life. And I'm going to say something that might blow your mind, Virgo, but I'm going to be here to tell you, you don't need to fucking commit to anything right now, period. You don't need to tie down to anything in life. Life is for experiencing, you know what I mean? And if you feel like you don't know what your path is yet, you have all the time in the world to freaking go with the flow, test out new things, try new experiences, take new risks and new paths, and go for it. I think that a lot of people are always in a space in life where they feel like they need to have it figured out. Nobody is ever going to truly have everything figured out. All right. Life is a learning moment, and you progress and you learn in life. And life is one of those things that are constantly rapidly changing too. So what may be for you today may not be for you tomorrow either. So I feel like some of you might be stressing. Maybe you've been so indecisive about your career. You're so indecisive about what you want in love, and so indecisive about your personal path. You're like, I just don't know what I want to do with my life. And it's like, you don't have to have all that figured out. You just might as well enjoy the experience that life has to offer and see what resonates with you in due time. Inevitably, something's going to resonate with you, but you don't need to settle down so fast and so quickly, is what I want to say for you. Okay? So the way to enjoy your life is to just certainly allow yourself to try new things. And don't put so much pressure on yourself for having to figure it out, because at the end of the day, almost nobody ever has it figured out. You know, there are people who are still 60 and 70 who don't have it figured out, and that's fine. You know, so live your best life, enjoy yourself, do what makes you happy, try something new, and inevitably something will stick with you. And then over time, maybe that'll change and you'll find something new as well. You know, don't put so much pressure on yourself to have the perfect life. There's no such thing. Okay? All right, Virgo. Love you guys. Take it if it resonates. Leave it if it doesn't. But thank you for coming out here nonetheless. Okay? All right, Virgo. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Jessica would like to know, does anybody ever tell you that you look like Chris Pratt? Yes, I get that so much. I get Chris Pratt a lot. I got freaking Prince Harry before, fucking James Corden. I'm just like, man, you guys are comparing me to everybody. But yeah, Chris Pratt, I want to say is like the most common one I think I get. Somebody called me Post Malone. I was like, okay, I don't really see Posty too much. Great artist, love Post Malone. I don't really see it too much, but yeah, I get Chris Pratt a lot for sure. All right, guys, hopping on into our air signs. Let's have a look here at the lovely and amazing Gemini gang. What's going on here, baby? Messages for Team Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What information is going to be rolling on in here, please, for the zodiac sign of Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. Team Gemini, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves one last and final shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on here, baby. Hopefully, all is looking well for the Gemini gang. Let's take a look here, okay? Gemini, overall energy for you is going to be the Temperance. Cool. So Temperance card, Sagittarius energy. You could be connecting with a Sag, looking at the current energy, Magician reversed, what you're dealing with, King of Cups reversed, outcome this weekend, Page of Wands in the reverse position. You could be connecting with a Virgo too. Now, Temperance here to the Magician in reverse, it does feel to me that by no longer showing up in a certain area of life is what's allowing you to have peace. Does that make sense? No longer showing up in a certain area of life is what's allowing you to have your own peace. And I think that sometimes it's really important to not show up in certain areas if they are a disruption to our peace. Looking at what you're dealing with, King of Cups, you're really at a point where you're protecting yourself emotionally because your emotions and feelings and your energy really matters to you. And you're taking it very seriously here, Gemini, and I absolutely don't blame you. I mean, looking at the outcome here, Page of Wands reversed, it's that moment in time where you recognize that not everything needs your attention and energy, and you're the only person that can protect your energy, point blank period. Nobody else can protect it for you. You know, what you give your energy to is what you give your energy to. Nobody else can make you give your energy to anything else. So you are the person who is therefore going to be responsible of protecting yourself energetically. And that's the vibe rolling in here to the moving into your weekend. It's like, hey, I can show up around certain people. I can show up in certain environments. I can show up on a certain path. But if I'm showing up to something that threatens my peace and my happiness, then I got nobody to blame but me. So I got to make sure that I show up for myself and put myself in good positions to where I set myself up for success, happiness, and positivity. So that's where you're kind of at here on your journey. And I love that for you, you know? I think that sometimes people will be like, hey, here's a shitty environment, and I'm going to blame the shitty environment even though I chose to invest into it, right? Granted, is the shitty environment great? No. But did you choose to put your energy there? Yeah. So we got to take self-accountability from time to time. And it's very important to make sure that we're self-aware of what we're putting our energy into. So Geminis, I love that for you this weekend. Taking a step back, protecting yourself, being more mindful here. And I love it for you. Really, really cool, guys. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Happy to see that you're in a place of peace. Loving that for the Gemini gang, okay? All right, guys, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up our second batch, guys, of the zodiacs for today's daily, or for today's weekend read, all right? We're now going to hop on into our last and final batch. Going back on into our water signs, let's have a look here at the Pisces, and we'll see what's going on here for the fish. Messages for Team Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What information is going to be rolling up in here, please, for the zodiac sign of Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. By the way, for the 176 peeps in the chat, if you can drop a like, that'd be sweet. Thank you guys for coming out and spending time with me. It means more than you know, everybody, okay? All right, Piscean, what is going on here for you? Starting out here with the overall energy for Pisces, we have here the Three of Pentacles. So Three of Pents, really trying to bring something together. Could be about working on a situation. Could be signing a contract. So you might be signing paperwork for a new car. Maybe you got a lease. You could be signing a mortgage, signing rent. You might be renting an apartment, so you might have a little contract to sign there as well. But yeah, something feels like it's working out, which is nice. So I like that so far, Pisces. Current energy, the strength, what you're dealing with. Ace of Pents in reverse, outcome showing up for you. Five of Wands reversed. I like it, Pisces. I feel like you never gave up on a situation, and you're happy that you didn't because you're glad it worked out. Because you're glad it worked out because you didn't give up. That's what I feel like where you're at right now, because looking at what your current energy is, we have here the Strength card. The Strength card here says that even though despite all the trials and tribulations, I kept at something, you know? So maybe I kept working hard to buy myself this nice new car. I kept working hard to buy myself this nice house. I kept working hard on my body to feel like I'm at a point in my life where I'm super healthy. Whatever the case may be, you're glad you didn't give up because you now see the result you wanted, and it's nice to see that it worked out for you. You know, looking at what you were dealing with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. You were like, man, when I was working hard on whatever I wanted, yeah, there was a couple moments where I thought about giving up because it felt like nothing was aligning for me, but you're glad you didn't quit because you played the long game and you still got the results. Looking at the outcome, Five of Wands reversed, it was like, man, all that stress really fucking paid off. You know, I think a lot of people think about investment very much so in the short term. A lot of people think short term, and I think it's a lot more people than you realize. Nobody ever thinks about the long game or the long-term investment. You know, Pisces, and for you guys, you played the long game. You held a long-term investment. You said, fuck it. Even if something seems like it's not working out, I'm going to keep at it no matter what. And now that you're seeing results, you're glad you never gave up, guys. The truth is the only time we ever truly fail is when we decide to quit. It's not when we experience a mistake or a lesson to learn or something doesn't work out immediately. That's not when we failed. We only fail and truly, truly fail the moment we decide to quit. Point blank period. So I'm glad you've kept up with something, Pisces, because I think that this weekend you're going to start to see that's paying off, okay? Beautiful, guys. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward, okay? So we did our water. All right, moving on into our fire. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the lovely and amazing Ram fam and see what's popping for the Aries. Messages here for Team Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What information do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Aries? We did have a flip card. This flip card is going to be the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You could be connecting with a fixed zodiac like an Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, or Leo. Wheel of Fortune reverse could mean that like something isn't over and you kind of need more time, all right? Or something isn't shifting yet. I feel like for some Aries, you're being called to be more patient if you've been waiting to see something shift. Whatever that may be, all right? Would recommend looking at astrology. There could be something there that might help you out. If you're an Aries and you're waiting to see some kind of shift, I would recommend watching an astrologer on YouTube. You might find a video where it explains the shift you're looking for. Really random message, okay? Regardless, though, let's get on into it, Aries. Overall energy for you. Hangman in reverse. Could be connecting with the Pisces. Having a look at your current energy, we got here the Three of Swords reversed, what it is you're dealing with. We have here the Eight of Cups reversed, and then the outcome for you is an Ace of Cups in reverse. So we got all reversals across the board. Let's go ahead and see what's up here for the Ram fam. Now the High Priestess, the Hangman reversed here. It is a card of letting go and detaching. If there has been any sort of stagnancy, you're not stagnant anymore. It's go time is what I hear for you. I'm glad to see Three of Swords is in reverse here because it means that you're not in pain. You're not in a space where you're in heartbreak or going through a difficult time. You've overcome difficult times is what this says here. So Aries, you've overcome difficult times, but what I feel is happening here is that Eight of Cups reversed, even though I've overcome a difficult time, I still feel like I'm not fulfilled. So it's like, WTF, what do I do? You know what I mean? Is what I'm seeing here for you guys at this time. It's like, I just overcome a painful situation or a rough situation, but yet I still don't feel fulfilled. So what the heck do I do? And I think that we don't immediately get happy, you know, after we overcome pain. I don't think that's necessarily how it works. And I think it's important too to talk about the fact that happiness is a temporary feeling just as much as anger is. Happiness is fleeting, so is anger. All emotions are temporary. But what I feel like you're trying to reach, Aries, is you're trying to reach a state of contentment where it's like, I'm feeling good. I'm happy with my life. I'm okay with everything, you know? And I got no complaints and I'm living life and it's neither bad nor good. It's life and it's all great. Like, I don't mind it too much. You know what I mean? And to reach that state, it's not necessarily an easy thing to achieve, but it's definitely something that's going to take some time. And it's definitely something where you have to analyze your life of what is going to make you feel fulfilled at the end of the day. I think sometimes when we heal, we automatically expect that we're going to be happy, but we don't realize that healing was the first part of work. The next part is building a sustainable life that brings forth fulfillment. So you're kind of on that second step now, Aries. I have healed, but now I need to figure out what is going to make me feel fulfilled and sustainable. I can't give you that answer. You know, there's like 30 million Aries out there in the world, and it's up to you guys individually to figure out what will fulfill yourself. So what I can give you today is I would tell you to tap into your awareness and to start becoming more analytical of yourself and get to the point where you ask yourself that question of like, what's going to make me lead and live a happy life? And what's going to make me feel like my life is fulfilling? What can I do to be in a state of contentment? And when you ask yourself these questions, you'll come up with the answers and you'll know what to do next. And then there we go. We jump into phase 2 where we healed. Now it's time to build that energy of living a very comfortable life, you know? So definitely think about that. I think that those are some things to think about this weekend that can totally help you out here on your journey, okay? All right, Ram fam. Of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but thank you guys for coming out here nonetheless. Really, really appreciate you guys so much, okay? Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. By the way, Pisces Love, just wanted to say real quick, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you for the $4.99. You said, thanks as always, Aunt, sending nothing but good vibes to you. Have an awesome weekend. You too, my love. Thank you for your constant support, and thank you for your generosity, and wishing you an amazing weekend as well, okay? Jessica said, it's a compliment. Next Jurassic World movie, stunt double ? You have my vote. Hey man, who knows? I've always wanted to get into acting. I've never had an acting opportunity, but I've also never put myself out there to get into one, but it would be cool as hell. Shit. I would totally love to be a stunt double. That'd be dope. That'd be dope here for sure. All right, guys. So we did our fire, we did our water. We're gonna jump on into our last two signs now. We're gonna hop on into the Earth sign first. So going back into Earth, let's have a look here at the Taurus. What's going on here for the Bull Gang, baby? Messages here for Team Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What do we got showing up here for the Bull Gang? Messages here for the zodiac sign of Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What is going on here with you, Taurus? We got a couple cards coming out. Let's go ahead and look at them, actually. Usually I don't take this many cards, but it feels kind of interesting. So let's see. Three of Swords, Emperor in reverse, Knight of Wands in the upright, Eight of Cups, and the Four of Swords. How could we put this together? Taurus, Three of Swords, Emperor in reverse. You feel like you cannot control how it is you're feeling, but the truth is you cannot control how it is you're feeling. So Taurus, do not try to control your feelings if you've been trying to do so, because you can't. How you feel is how you feel. It is not necessarily something that is within your control. Knight of Wands. If you're a Taurus trying to run away from how you feel, what ends up happening is when you take that break, it may feel nice to take that break, but we have to remember that feelings, they are not something that just disappear. They are something that need to be tended to, because if you do not attend to your feelings, they will always come back up in cycles, okay? So I want to say this message real quick to Taurians. If you're in a space and time in your life where you want to outrun what it is you're feeling, the more you run, the more those feelings are going to stay with you. If you give yourself the time to address them, aka feel them, because feeling is healing, then you're not going to spend time running away, but you're actually going to allow yourself to heal. The best thing we can do, guys, in life is when we're trying to escape our feelings, let's ask ourselves first and foremost, will this benefit us in the long term? More than likely not. Those feelings are just going to keep on chasing you. You know what I mean? So the best thing we can do if we want to have healing is allow ourselves to take a step back and feel. Okay? So my advisory there for Taurians, if you're trying to run away from your feelings, don't. Let yourself feel. Okay? Now let's go ahead and get one more shuffle. And we'll have a look here at your weekend read. Okay? What do we got going on here for the Taurus? Overall energy this weekend is going to be the Eight of Wands reversed. Looking at the current energy, Knight of Swords upright, what it is you're dealing with. We got the Judgment in reverse, and then looking at the outcome Taurus, we do have here the Ace of Wands in the reverse position. So let's see what's going on for your weekend, baby. Eight of Wands in reverse here to the Knight of Swords. I definitely think that if you haven't been talking to somebody, you seem to be more communicative this weekend. Maybe Eight of Wands reverse is kind of like a general message saying like, I just haven't talked to anybody. I haven't really been super social. Now I'm going to be social. Maybe that's the case. For other Taurians here, this could be about you not talking to somebody specifically, but now you're communicating with them coming into your weekend. Now, looking at what you're dealing with, Judgment in reverse. I kind of feel, though, Taurus, that if you do have to talk to somebody this weekend, you're not exactly ecstatic about it. It almost feels to me like this is somebody you've chose to not give a second chance to. This is somebody you've chose to not have a future with, but for some reason, you have to see him. Why do I get the feeling where it's like this could be Tauruses seeing their ex this weekend? It's like, hey, I don't really want to talk to them, but like we need to discuss what we're going to do about the house or the apartment, or we need to discuss who's getting what. You know, it's kind of that energy where it's like you don't really want to conversate with the person you're dealing with, but like there is reasonings behind it that you need to talk to somebody. So this weekend you might be seeing somebody maybe you don't want to see, but it's out of necessity, you know? For example, as unfortunate as breakups can be, if you lived with the person, maybe you had pets together, you have to have those times to talk about what you're going to do and what the decisions are going to be going forward in your separation now, right? So I see you talking to somebody you might not want to, but you're keeping yourself reserved, you're keeping yourself collected and cordial, and I think that everything's going to work out just fine for you. So Taurus, you might not be happy about seeing somebody you don't want to see this weekend, but you're keeping it cordial and classy, and that's the best way to go about it, okay? Now, like I said, as always, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Was a little bit of an oddball message, so it might not apply to all of you, but if it happens to be your story, cool. If not, no worries, okay? All right, baby. So let's go ahead and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. We finished up our Taurus, so all the earth is done, all the water is done, all the fire is done. Last but not least, let's have a look here at the Libra, and we'll see what's up here, baby. What do we got showing up here for Team Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What information is going to be rolling on in here for the zodiac sign of Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. For the 182 peeps in the chat, if you guys could drop a like, I'd appreciate it. Thank you for spending time with me. Really, really means a lot to me, guys, okay? All right, Libra, we're looking at one more shuffle over here, and we'll see what's up. Libra, overall energy this weekend is going to be the Lovers in reverse. Taking a look here at your current energy, we have here the Five of Wands reversed, what you're dealing with, Eight of Pentacles reversed, and then the outcome, the Chariot and the Upright. I think this is the first time I've seen the Chariot all day today. Usually I feel like the Chariot comes out more, but yeah, first time the Chariot's popped on in. Maybe Cancers are hiding, or Cancers are in hermit mode this weekend. Who knows? Anyways, Libra, this is about you, so let's talk about you. You could be dealing with a Cancer, though. You could be connecting with a Gemini, too, because we have the Lovers in the reverse position. Now, Lovers here in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse, it does look to me that right now, feeling disconnected or being disconnected has created a much more calm environment for you, whether you've been disconnected from a person, disconnected from a job, disconnected from maybe the internet. Some of you guys I'm hearing could be doing like a social media cleanse, which guys, that is so much more important than you can imagine sometimes. Sometimes social media can lower your vibration in such a powerful way to the point where it's like just cleansing from Twitter, cleansing from TikTok can be really good to reset your mental, because sometimes you see shit you don't want to see and then it already lowers your vibration, you know? Like I can open up Twitter with its new fucking For You page and start seeing some really intense crap I never wanted to see, and I'm like, okay, now my day's ruined, you know? So at the end of the day, you might want to be mindful with social media. A social media cleanse could be a really great idea. Now, besides that standpoint, Lovers reversed here, Five of Wands reversed here. There is some sort of detachment process or some sort of detachment overall happening this weekend that's creating a much more calm environment for you. You know, looking at what you're dealing with, Eight of Wands reversed. I think many of you are feeling relieved not to have to work on something anymore. If you're a Libra and a breakup happened, you could be relieved that you don't have to work on a relationship anymore because maybe you felt like you were the only person putting in the work in this relationship. You know, maybe that's about work. Maybe sometimes, and this happens pretty often too, where we work our asses off at a job and we pick up the slack of every coworker we have, you know? And maybe it's like, oh, I don't feel burdened anymore. I don't need to work my ass off so that everybody else can thrive. Now it's up to them. So there's definitely an energy of Libras moving forward, but you're moving forward from something that you felt like you always had to put some kind of work in to make an improvement. And I think you're glad that you don't have to do that anymore because you're tired of having all that weight on your shoulder, or maybe for some of you, you're tired of having all that responsibility on your shoulder as well. You know, for some Libras, this could be the energy once again of being the person who carries the workplace, being somebody who carries a relationship. Maybe you feel like I'm just doing the most all the time and I get zero help. And now it's probably nicer to put myself first. And it feels damn good to put myself first instead of having to take care of everybody else and every other thing, you know? So getting in cycles like this in life where we're always the person to carry the team, it fucking sucks. It really does. When other people need to pull their weight. And I feel like somebody here or an environment here did not pull its weight, and you're glad to no longer be the person who has to do everything, you know? So I love it for you. Wishing you guys really well for whatever comes forward into your future here with the Chariot, and wishing you guys a balanced environment too. Okay? All right, Libra. I love you guys, of course. Take it if it resonates. Leave it if it doesn't. But thank you so much for coming out here nonetheless, okay? All right, guys. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Guys, thank you all so much for coming out here today to the weekend reading. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you guys had yourselves a fantastic week. I do want to wish you all a very happy and wonderful weekend, so please do enjoy yourselves, guys. For those of you that want to rest, rejuvenate, have fun, whatever you plan to do this weekend, have a great time. Really, guys, really do hope that you guys have an awesome one, okay? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Of course, if you can drop a like, that'd be sweet. Really helps out a lot. So if you guys want to feel free to drop a like, thank you for that. Thank you for your support. For everybody who sent in donations today, guys, thank you so much for that too. Those donations help out a lot more than you know, so I really appreciate your generosity. I do want to mention, I know Geminis and Aquarians are still waiting on their monthly reading for May. Please bear with me, guys. I'm getting to them, I promise. So I'm going to be getting to those readings as quickly as possible, so do bear with me. Would really, really appreciate it. I do want to mention too, I do have, guys, the spring sale going on from now until the end of May. So if you want to get yourself a 15-minute personal reading with me for 20% off, feel free to use code POPPIN. That's going to be POPPIN for 20% off at checkout on my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. That link will be down in the description below. So if you guys want to meet me over there, happy to meet you guys over there. If anybody here is new, consider subscribing. I'd be super happy and really, really excited to welcome you here into the Soul family. So if you're new, consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate that as well. But guys, have a great day. Happy Friday. And I'm going to catch you all in the next video. Okay? Much love to my Soul family. And guys, take care and have yourselves a good one. Peace.